This is We're Not Really Here. I'm joined by Joleon Lescott and Kyle Walker. We were just speaking then, and there was one player mentioned, Robinho, who, of course, you were at the club when he was here. I mean, that was a massive moment for us as City fans. I met him in the Trafford Centre, you know. I've got a picture on my Facebook with me and our kid with Robinho, and our smiles are like, this is unbelievable, you know. What was it like when he was here?
Well, obviously he was here before me, so I was kind of in awe when I arrived and I see Robinho. Like the other lads that were coming at that time, like Carlos and them boys, they were in the Prem, so I kind of you come across them and you'd seen them, and it was great. But it was.
I love that you say Carlos and them boys. You know, just like
Carlos and them boys. You know what I mean? Them guys.
Sorry, Johnny, you dropped a few.
Yeah. Kid and that. No, but like Robinho, I was like. Because that was like R9 Real Madrid time, so seeing that was like a big thing, you know what I mean? And obviously I'm into computer games, so you're using Robinho on your computer games to kind of get the best out of it. So that was kind of a big thing for me. And what a guy, what a so humble person to just be around. We said off air that we do believe probably 6 months, a year too early for what he was bringing to the Premier League and Man City. But I think if he joined the kind of era of the Carloses and the Adebayors and all the lads and the Yaya Toures, where they're coming from similar-sized clubs to here, he can then understand what it meant to kind of give everything to Man City.
Now, over the years, we have seen some world-class players. Yaya Toure has been a name that everyone's been talking about this week, but somebody else that I've been watching and looking at him and thinking maybe he's quite similar to, we'll come on to a little bit later on, Kevin De Bruyne, in terms of the power, the strength, but also the technical ability. That's something I want to talk about with Yaya Toure, because it's 10 years since he signed for Manchester City, but what a game changer that was. For him to be able to command the midfield, to grab the game by the scruff of its neck when you needed a goal, and to score so many goals in that 13-14 season as well. Unbelievable,
and that's the thing. And again, this is why for me, Yaya's that guy, because we've seen Kevin score a world-class free kick against Chelsea, but we lose. Yaya, that didn't happen with Yaya. If Yaya played well, which Kevin did play well, we won the game. And I don't ever remember thinking, Yaya was unreal tonight, and being disappointed that we've lost the game. It just didn't happen. He just controlled the whole game. It was just, I can do everything. If I really want to do everything, I will do everything, and we will win this game. And that's what separates Kevin. I think Kevin is on the way to being that guy. I think if he continues this level for, 5 or 6 years, which David has, Yaya did, and Sergio have, and Vincent, I think he goes down in history as one of the greatest players Man City have. But for me, Yaya Toure, especially that season when he got 20 goals, that doesn't happen.
No.
That doesn't happen.
And there was the speech that Vincent gave him in his final game, I thought summarised it perfectly. You know, big players is big moments, and he just rolled through them. The semi-final, the final, the QPR game, the derbies, Yaya Toure every time. And actually it brings us nicely onto a conversation that I wanted to have, which is about individual accolades, because that's a player that never got the Premier League Player of the Season, same as Sergio Aguero has been overlooked. It seems to be that City players are constantly overlooked, and I pulled out my phone, which I wouldn't do on a live, because I actually screenshotted this the other day. It was Yaya Toure's stats, for the 13 to 14 season. So as you said, he got those 20 goals, 13 set pieces attempted, 10 set piece goals out of them, 9 assists, 40 chances created. He made 2,500 passes with a 90% passing accuracy throughout the whole season. Didn't get Player of the Year. What is it about a player playing for City that gets overlooked?
Because I think the great players that play for City don't demand attention. Like, you look at David, like, has he been in one team of the season?
Once.
Never mind Player of the Year. One team of the season. Like, ridiculous. Sergio, I don't think he's been in many. I think he's been in more recently. But they don't crave or demand the attention outside of these four walls. And I think that plays a massive part in how you're perceived. Like, Yaya is only perceived negatively, say, by agent comments and stuff like that. But you never really heard him speak. He never kind of wanted any attention, any media. And that was what he was like in the dressing room. He never kind of said, I'm the guy, or kind of said this was how it is. He just went about his business, a bit like David. And I think that can play a part, because we know footballers now have an image to and a persona to live up to that general public and media kind of portray them as. But the lads don't want that. So they were never going to kind of get that, because if you're not mentioned in the conversation, because you're not mentioning the conversation, people kind of forget about it, if that makes sense.